Hello Chocks and Chockettes, and in between, Roberto here for another video. It's a special one. It's a special edition Cadbury Caramilk Hokey Pokey. Yes. Caramelized white chocolate with honeycomb pieces. Yes, Hokey Pokey. It's well, essentially this is an Aussie import, basically Aussie New Zealand Cadbury import. Basically, you could get it in B&M in the UK, but you might have to import it from a specialist importer. But yeah, very nice, very nice. Yeah, it looks lovely, doesn't it? And Hokey Pokey over there, at least. As far as I know anyway, I definitely know Whittaker's, which is a New Zealand company, did a Hokey Pokey bar. And it's basically, yeah, just honeycomb. I don't think it's a specific type of honeycomb. I don't know why it's called Hokey Pokey over there. We just say Hokey Pokey, well, honeycomb underneath. So I don't really know. I don't think it's, as I say, a specific type. So I think you've probably seen the UK version of the Caramilk bar now. So Australia have had that for quite some time. And this is obviously one with honeycomb. So very excited for this one. As I say, the UK, sort of Cadbury UK, have basically copied Cadbury Australia, and in both the presentation, some of the sort of wrapping and stuff like that, you can see there things like this appearing in that format, and also some of the, which you can't see in this case actually, for typically, but sometimes you have sort of I forgot what you'd say, what's it called now, little sort of text or writing or pictures, whatever, that appear in certain, when you put it at certain angles and stuff like that. Yeah, a bit like a watermark almost, but not quite. But well, maybe it is a watermark, I don't know. But anyway, here we go. Yeah, so very interesting this one. Does it have any description? Well, we've got the sort of imported one on here. Cadbury Caramilk Hokey Pokey. There we go. So it's got the UK sort of translation of the calories here and stuff like that. So serving size 25 grams, approximately 4 squares. So per serving 132 calories, 6.9 grams of fat, 4.2 of which are saturates, and then per 100 grams 502 calories. All right. Well, that can't be right. So there's 5,028 calories there. I mean, these labels I've noticed are just not reliable, these imported labels that they put on. I mean, it says 5,028 calories there. I could tell you right now it's not that many calories per 100 grams. So yeah, I've noticed mistakes in these before, basically, either by sell-by date or by the calorie conversions, which is obviously a case here. And in some other things as well, they just don't quite add up, basically. So I definitely would assume that this is wrong, this label, if anything. And you can clearly see there, 5,028. It's obviously just typed up by someone who's not paying attention, which is a real shame. But there we go. But we do have it for the Australian one. The reason I was looking at that was because I was hoping it'd help us out, because the Australian calories in New Zealand, presumably as well, are given in kilojoules, but it's roughly a quarter, basically. So you go, you can see there. The way it's got serving size 6.8 per package as well, So it has approx 4 squares, but I mean it's a 4 by so many bar, So I can't see how why is it 6.8 basically? You can have a precise amount, It's stupid. Half the time they don't go into the bar either with these Australian ones. It doesn't make much sense. But anyway, we'll continue on. So yeah, so per serving, which is 4 squares, 25 grams, 552 kilojoules. So it's roughly a quarter of that. I'll put a translation, a caption with the actual conversions. Probably would have seen it already by now, but that's probably going to be around 125 calories, basically. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, maybe 130 or 140, maybe, or 1260. Yeah, 130 maybe we'll say. 12, maybe a bit more. But anyway, you'll have seen by now. 6.9 grams of fat, 4.2 of which are saturates, and then per 100 grams. Yeah, so 2,210, so that's probably roughly 550, 2.5, roughly, yeah, calories per 100 grams. It's 27.7 grams of fat, 16.7 of which are saturates. There we go. Yeah, so what's the overall weight? Does it have it anywhere? So it might have it, but it might be under that sticky, you see, so it's a bit of a pain. Oh yeah, there we go, it's on the front. 170 gram bar there. This looks very nice. You see the Cocoa Life there, 100% sustainably sourced cocoa. I say 100% sounds very, it's a bold claim. I would definitely query that. I would never assume. And sustainably sourced could mean anything as well, or it could mean a number of things. It's not, it's a bit subjective really. There's various definitions of what that could mean, or ways of making something sustainable. And I say that in quotes. So do check that out if you're interested in that sort of thing, if it matters to you. We believe that tasting good and doing good should go hand in hand. All right, okay. Well, yeah, fingers crossed that the yes, that's a good good slogan, I guess. So fingers crossed they achieve it. Right, there we go. Made in Australia from importing local ingredients. There we go. And some other stuff there. Cadbury means quality. Get in touch if you don't agree. Based on what you taste in this bar. Right, so Cadbury believes that sustainably sourced cocoa does good for farmers, their communities, and our planet. And it's got some Cocoa Life spiel that's been covered up there. Okay, red cycle. Please store in cool, dry conditions, and some other information there about recycling. But there's much more to say, really, to be honest with you. Is there any other description on here? Can't see one, but we get one on the front. Probably is an official one, but as I say, could be behind the sticker. But yeah, alright, I think we should give this an open. I'm very excited for this one. I really am actually excited for this one. I really like the Cadbury Australia Caramilk bar. And I really love crunching my chocolate, so I think this one looks to be a match made in heaven, so fingers crossed. And it looks beautiful as well. I love this wrapper, so very excited for this. So let's give it an open. Wanted to give it a taste, but we've got to open it first. Let's give it an open. Okay, let's go this Cadbury Caramilk Hokey Pokey Special Edition. Look at that special edition. An open. Yes, Hokey Pokey basically is, well, it says there, caramelised white chocolate with honeycomb pieces. So it's basically honeycomb Hokey Pokey, basically. I think it's what they call it in Australia and New Zealand, I think. Or I don't know if it's a type of honeycomb, but that's essentially what it is. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, interesting. Alright, so yes, let's give it an open. Very excited for this. Very excited. Yes, at time recording, I've done about 850 reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. In the top right hand corner, I'll put a link to a place of all my other reviews, as well as some Cadbury Australia reviews and some other Caramilk type reviews, and maybe some other things as well, who knows. So after you watch this one, go check those out. Hopefully enjoy those as well. Oh wow, it looks absolutely gorgeous. You can see how full of stuff it is. I mean, look at it. Wow. See all those lumpy bumpy bits. Beautiful. Oh yeah, it's got a lovely smell to it. And it looks beautiful. There are some unfortunate little air holes there that have come into play, but it does look beautiful. Wowza. You can see the colours changing slightly on the camera there, but it's a very sort of, I would say, well, it depends on your colour on your screen really, but yeah, I think that's going about right now. It's yeah, it's a very golden colour. Yeah, beautiful. Those in the UK probably know more about Caramax and before Cadbury Caramilk came out, Caramax and Gold Bars, Vitti's Gold Bars, but they're not really white chocolate, caramel white chocolate. They're sort of, no, it's not really chocolate at all, believe it or not, but yeah. So at least time recording. Right, so let's give this a bit of a measure then. So got the old Calperonis out. So let's measure the width. It's at the bottom. Oop, if I can. 8.5. And the height, so it's okay, so the height of each segment about 1.16, 1.2 centimeters. And in between as well, about 8 millimeters. Now, I don't think my calipers will be long enough to do the length of this, so I have to use the old measuring stick. Let's do it underneath. So about 17.3 centimeters there. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So let's just try again, just to be sure. Maybe 17.2 actually. Yeah, 17.2, not 17.3. Okay. It could depend slightly. Yeah, 17.25 maybe, and nearly 17.3. 17.2 to 17.3. Yeah, it looks lovely though, doesn't it? You can see all the bits in there. It just looks absolutely beautiful. This, I'm really, really happy with how this looks. And you can see there it's what's it, 4x8 bar. So to see all this thing, portions per pack 6.8 or whatever. I mean, why? You know, 4 squares is a portion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's, yeah, there's 8. So it says it's 6.8 portions. Approximately 4 square. I don't know. It's very strange that. I'm not sure. But we do have a bit of a. I do have a some scales here. So let's just measure on here, shall we? There we go. Let's see, so that's 0. Yeah, so it should be about 170 there. 174, so you get slightly more than what it says it does on the box, on the wrapper. So I guess it depends where the 4 squares comes from. But 22. Yes, that's weird, isn't it? So 22. Let's try. There's some bits on here, but definitely way much really. 22. So yeah, very odd. Don't quite get it. Don't know what it's on about there. It seems very strange. You know, that it's not quite understood how to. Let's just smooth that out. Yeah, that doesn't, accurately say how much each one weighs. But anyway, obviously you can see at the bottom now it has bits of it have come away. That wasn't the case on this one, so don't know. But anyway, if there's 22 grams each, well, there we go. So there should be more portions per bar, shouldn't there really? But as I say, you can see that it's not quite split off properly there, but only a little bit there. But yeah, I forgot to say as well, where you can see the Cadbury's logo if you zoom in close as well. Yeah, you can see a bit hard to see the. Well, not quite hard actually. It's quite easy to see actually, isn't it? The honeycomb pieces. Just grab my knife, see if it goes all the way to the top. It won't be a second. I'll just grab my knife, see if the honeycomb pieces go all the way to the top. It won't be a second. Okay, let's try and see if the honeycomb pieces go all the way to the top. So I'll cut down one of the segments, or to the top of the chocolate. Not sure that it does. You can see there's all knobbly bits at the bottom, but there's no knobbly bits on the top. Yeah, and you can see there's a difference in texture as well, isn't it? On the top it's that very smooth, the knife where the knife's gone through it, but under the bottom bit it's all a bit crumbly. It definitely seems to be, it's as if they sort of add the topper to it afterwards. They've got all the sort of bottom bit, which is all the honeycomb bit, and then they add the topper to it. It's quite common that in chocolate, I've noticed. Alright, well I think we need to give this a taste then, yeah. Smells gorgeous, can't smell much of a honeycomb smell to it, but it might just be the way it is. But you can see these honeycomb pieces as well, that's come out by the way. Yeah, definitely need to, yeah, there we go. Definitely need to give this a taste. Wow. Yeah, can't wait for this. Fingers crossed it's as nice as I hope it will be, nice as it sounds, and nice as it looks. So let's give it a taste. Okay, let's get this Cadbury Caramilk Australian import with Hokey Pokey, which is basically caramelised white chocolate with honeycomb pieces. A taste special edition. Yeah, look at that. Yes, special edition. Wow, looks beautiful. Some on the bar here, you can see it's just got that lovely caramel look to it. Not quite as light in hand as it looks on the camera at the moment, at least. It's a bit, yeah, it's a bit darker, maybe, but looks very much like a sort of Vitti's Gold bar in hand. All right, so let's yeah, give it a go. I'm expecting good things from this. Really love the original Cadbury's Caramilk bar from Australia. I like the UK one, but the Cadbury one was particularly even nicer from what I remember. So very excited for this, and obviously I love crunching chocolate, so this looks well up my street. It's full of crunchy bits, you can see from the back. There's knobbly nobbles going on there, so let's give it a go. Let's do it. That's a lovely crunch. And Caramilk is very caramelly and white chocolatey, which is exactly what you'd expect. It's yeah, really nice. Yeah, it's a lovely crunch actually. I think I might prefer biscuit pieces in it rather than honeycomb pieces, but yes, it's a lovely crunch to it. Yeah. Wow. It's very creamy. It's clearly a white chocolate. You can definitely get that sort of full white chocolate taste there. But I'd say with a good yeah, a good taste of caramel along with it. Really, it's very nice. Yeah. I'd say very It's got a nice white chocolatey sort of creaminess to it. And I'd say tinted with that, that caramel taste as well. I like the honeycomb. I think it's nice. Definitely everything you could want from honeycomb. It definitely tastes honeycomb. Definitely got that crunch to it. I would say it's not quite as chewy as honeycomb sometimes can be. It's almost like it doesn't really give you much chew at all. It's just a crunch rather than anything else. Because the pieces are relatively small. They look big, you can see them, but yeah. I think for me, I probably would prefer if it was biscuit pieces. I just think they would give it a bit more of a, or bigger pieces of the honeycomb maybe. But if they were biscuit pieces, it could be kept to the same size, and I think would just give a bit more of an oomph there, I think, for as a crunch. You know, I think it's a bit of a weak crunch being honeycomb. I think the caramel chocolate is very nice. Yeah, I do. I think it's very nice. I think it's quite catching my throat a bit. It's definitely a white chocolate, but I think it seems to be. I would say it's probably. I think maybe the caramel taste in it has kind of, sort of, brought back the white chocolate taste to an extent, and as I say, just replace it with a caramelly taste. Yeah, which you probably would expect. We can see how full of honeycomb or hokey pokey that bit is. Lots of it in there. Yeah. Yeah. I like this. It's not blowing me away as much as I thought it would do, though, because I think it's just the honeycomb pieces perhaps are a bit too small. I don't really get much of a taste from them. I guess that's possibly because the caramel taste, or the caramel taste, is quite strong. Yeah. Different one. I feel like I'm slightly disappointed. I was just expecting it to be like really one of the best things ever, really. And I think it's I don't think it is. It's not bad though. So I think the caramel white chocolate's really nice. I think it's quite you know, it's got a lot going for it, I think. I don't know if it's because it's a bit more normal now. I think when I first tried it, it was so special and so unique. I'm kind of got a bit sort of used to it now, especially about the fact that it's in the UK. I think it is nice though. I think that sort of, you know, it's got that sort of white chocolatey, sort of caramelly taste, similar to a sort of McVitie's Gold Bar and a Caramilk bar, but a bit more of a substance behind it, because I say it is actually white chocolate in this case. I think it's nice. I think it's just, I don't know. It's not quite got the oomph that it did have, and I don't know why. If that's just the hokey pokey, sort of, you know, I don't know, just detracted from it a bit, and it's not just solid bar of it. Hard to say that one. I think maybe that is partially to it, really. I think if you just got a bar of this, a solid bar of just chocolate, I mean, the impact of the chocolate is a bit more profound, you know what I mean? I think in this case, because it's got the hokey pokey crunchy bits, it kind of, you know, strangely takes away from the experience, I think. Because I think the crunchies don't really add much to it. Because the honeycomb itself is too small, the pieces are too small, so there's just a crunch but no real chew or no real benefit to the honeycomb. You know, I feel like honeycomb's got a bit more something about it, really, whereas in this case it could almost be Rice Krispie pieces, but they don't really give you the same crunch as a Rice Krispie piece. It's almost very, it's not quite one thing or another, really, which is a shame. So I think I think the hokey pokey, the honeycomb just isn't quite right. You know, it's too small and it doesn't have any substance behind it. It's just a very aerated crunch, which I know you could say honeycomb is anyway, but I think when it's in this smaller quantity of pieces, rather, because they're so small, it's just not quite much of anything. It's a shame. Yeah, you know, it does give you a bit of a crunch, but I would say I would have preferred if it was biscuit. I think that would have just been even better, or worked better for that size. I think if it's a bigger piece of honeycomb, the crunches would, you know, if the pieces were bigger, it would work better. But then if they were bigger, the bar might not hold together very well. So yeah, disappointing. I think biscuit would have worked better and been a bit more interesting and had the substance behind it, whereas the honeycomb, as I say, doesn't quite deliver. So yeah, I feel like the actual bar on its own might be where it's at, really, without the honeycomb. I think just having that proper, you know, chunk behind it, rather than, you know, these honeycomb pieces getting sort of caught up in it and not really delivering much, and maybe detracting from the chocolate itself. Yeah, I think would mean, as I say, it without the honeycomb would be better. Yeah, which is very surprising. I'm very surprised by that. I really thought this would be even, you know, everything that was good about the original without the honeycomb, but even better because of the honeycomb. But it's not. It's taken away from it, really. But nonetheless, it's still a nice bar. It's just a bit disappointing. Yeah. I said the honeycomb just doesn't really work with it. It's too small pieces, and because of that, you don't get any advantage over it. You don't get any benefit of the honeycomb. What honeycomb's good for is that sort of like chewy, you know, sort of, yeah, sticky in your teethy type. It doesn't really do any of that. It's just, I say, almost like having Rice Krispie pieces, but not really giving the benefit of those either. So yeah, not really quite giving that sort of crunch that they do. Yeah, so yeah. So maybe for me, this one, it's a 4 out of 5. This one, it's still really nice, still really interesting, just not quite. It's just disappointing. You know, it's still good, but it should be so much better than it is. And I just think it's all down to the size of the honeycomb pieces. But then, having said that as well, it's just the fact that the caramel just is better just as a solid bar. You know, we can just enjoy the chocolate for what it is, which is really nice, sort of caramel white chocolate, whereas this is kind of adding something to it that doesn't quite work. And if there's more of it, then maybe it won't work again because there's more of it, but the honeycomb might work, but then you'd have less of the Caramilk, you know, the white chocolate. So yeah. So yeah, 4 out of 5. I think I would have just preferred if it was biscuit. I think with biscuit pieces this size, and it would be something really special. I think for me, you know, obviously, if it, you know, a regular biscuit doesn't have to be flavoured or anything. Yeah, so but I don't know if they'll ever do that. So yeah, but this one, 4 out of 5. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Check out the YouTube member program. Link for that's in the description. It's a great way to support the channel. It really, really is. And you get some extra content depending on what tier you pick. So check that out. Link for that's in the description, as I say. As is the link for the Discord server, which is a great way to keep in touch with myself and the community and to be part of the community. Yeah, leave a comment feel free. Always great to hear from you, and always do reply. Obviously, you know, as best I can anyway. But yeah, always great to hear from you. And as I say, I always really do try to reply. So please leave a comment. Always great to hear from you. Like the video if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.